The Bank of Uganda officials appeared before the Finance Committee of Parliament to explain the health of the economy in the wake of rising inflation and global shocks. The members of Parliament were concerned that government officials seemed to be reading from different scripts on the state of the economy, with Uganda Revenue Authority stating that it had surpassed the first quarterly collection target, yet within 1 week, the Finance Ministry has tabled more than 2 loan requests in Parliament.
The governor to clarify whether the fiscal discipline is really a necessary tool to really manage inflation, because in Q1 the Ministry of Finance did not release money to government entities, very small.
Ugandans expect service delivery, especially in the road sector, health sector, education. And because of trying to control inflation, all these sacrifices are being made for the time being.
The acting central bank governor affirmed the statement of the Ministry of Finance that the cash releases were delayed to keep inflation in check.
We delayed for about 2 months because quarter 2 releases have begun coming out, right? So that delay for that particular time, in our view, was okay because it helped us to control exchange rates.
On Uganda's public debt, the central bank chiefs reassured the country that it is still sustainable even at an accumulated 80 trillion shillings, equated to represent 50% of the gross domestic product GDP, which is 160 trillion shillings. Of the 80 trillion shilling debt, 47 trillion shillings is from foreign lenders, while 33 trillion shillings was borrowed from the domestic market.
If you are requiring debt servicing every year of $1 billion, and then your exports are not growing, how do you service the debt? So that was the argument. So the argument was we have to start stimulating exports so that to be able to buy the dollars from exports to service the debt.
In terms of sustainability, I think we're still sustainable. The only challenge that we have is what we call the liquidity indicators. Those indicators that you observe in order to assess whether you are able to pay. So if, for example, you look at our tax revenues, the debt service to tax revenues ratio, it's very worrying. It's about 30%. So it means that for every shilling you collect as taxes, 30 cents goes on debt service.
A few days ago, Parliament approved a syndicated commercial loan from Standard Chartered Bank UK and other international lenders worth 1.7 trillion shillings, but Bank of Uganda warned against going for commercial loans with a grace period less than 5 years. They warned that this would present a huge burden on the local currency reserves.
Our reserves now, it is in the write-up, it's 3.652 billion. Yeah, it is dropped from what we had at 4.5 initially. And we have explained why that has dropped.
Dr. Atingi-Egowho, who is in charge of monetary policy, told legislators on the Finance Committee that currently headline inflation stands at 10.7%, but is only projected to drop to 5% in 2024, provided there is no escalation of the global factors which led to the inflation in the first place. He cited the case where demand suddenly outstripped supply when the COVID-19 restrictions were lifted and the Russia-Ukraine conflict that spiked the price of Brent crude oil to about $122 per barrel. Bank of Uganda highly recommended the need to boost local productivity to boost import substitution.
Even as government presents its budget to you, you need to ask the questions. How productive is this budget? Is it going to raise, is it going to increase production in the country?
Jackson Onyango, NTV at Parliament.
So the gaps in financing agriculture.